What's up YouTube? It is your boy Lowpes and welcome back to another video. And today's video we're working on the 6th gen Civic Si and we're starting to tackle it and tear it apart so we can put our K20Z1 from a 2005-2006 R6 Type S. If you can tell a difference in quality and lighting, it's because we've upgraded our lighting. We still have to finish off some of the wiring, but like tidy it up, but the lighting is so much better in here, and we're recording on my new camera setup. So Mr. Alex over here, as you can see, we added a whole bunch of lights here. It's making such a difference. As you look at that, you can see the whole entire bay, everything. Alex has that gun in his hand and he's just dying to go. You're dying to go, aren't you there, bud? He's been just holding that thing. I told him he's gotta wait. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tackle the 6th gen Civic Si, and what we want to do is we want to start removing as much stuff as we can, because we need to pull this motor, swap it to a manual transmission, because right now, as you guys can see, it is automatic, and we're going to swap that out. And once we've swapped that out, we're going to drop that K motor in there. We already have some parts, as you guys can see, lining up all the way up here. Parts and parts and parts and parts. Some K-Tune, a cutie goodies, some OEM stuff. And we've cleaned up the garage just a little bit. Alex is gonna start tackling this. I'm gonna give him a hand. And yeah, this is gonna be the first time we've taken out this D motor from, or that's the first time I've taken out a D motor in general, or even worked on one. So it's gonna be kind of interesting to see how this comes apart. But yeah, super excited, let's get it. All right, so now what Alex is gonna do, he's gonna start tackling this. I'm gonna jack the car up, put it on all fours, because we're gonna have to take off the exhaust, and the OEM header, the suspension, because we do have suspension for this also, but we're not going to release it yet. But check this out. Isn't it weird to see another red car in the garage, Alex? Yeah. We went 6th gen, 7th gen, 10th gen. No, we went 8th gen, 10th gen, 7th gen, and now we have a 6th gen. Hope you guys are excited about this build. I actually really am. This might be the predecessor. Is that the right word? Predecessor?
Predecessor. Yeah.
Predecessor, sure. English is my second language, to the CSX Type S. It has the same vibe. If I like it enough, we may start doing carbon fiber and all this type of stuff. Everyone's saying that I'm gonna love this car. Am I right?
Yeah.
Everyone, you think so?
I think you will.
So I'm gonna jack the car up now. We're gonna work on it a little bit, and I'll give you guys an update. These motors are definitely interesting. This is the cruise control, right, Alex?
Yes.
It's just weird. I've never seen anything like this before. Like I said, I've never really worked on old Hondas.
Pretty sure it is. Let's see.
It looks like it with the cable and everything. It's just weird how the cruise control is like that and everything. This is a 1999 Civic Si from Canada. They do come automatic here. It's equivalent to the EX Civic in the United States. And yeah, we're gonna keep all our mounting brackets for the rad because.
That's just the one.
Or the mounting bracket for the rad, just because we'll be using most likely a K-Tune half rad there. I don't think I'm gonna use the OEM rad, even though that's a budget-friendly way of doing it. But I have a feeling by at least getting a K-Tune one, I have a good hookup on a used one, so that's why we're doing it, and that's gonna be within the budget-friendliness budget thingamajiggy. And yeah, I think we can get most of this apart in maybe one episode, and then the motor might get pulled next episode, because we are still waiting on a stand or a hoist for the motor. But if you guys are excited to see this build, let me know, and comment down below, because I want to see if you guys are as hyped as I am. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this car back to the basics. We're going to have no AC, no power steering, we're going to keep the heat, and like I said, I think I might regret the AC thing. Maybe something I'll do in the future. But for now,
AC?
Yeah, I think I might.
A lot of guys, they don't care about the AC, but yeah. I think it's the power steering that they
The power steering, I don't mind them. We're gonna loop the system. Whew, it's a little stinky in here. But I've driven this a little bit, and we're just gonna loop the system. I know eventually they say by looping the system, you can blow the rack, but well, budget build. So we're just gonna do it like that, whatever. But yeah, just so you guys know, we're gonna no power steering and no AC, and I'm gonna regret the AC. I already know it.
Well, not really.
Why not really?
For what?
What do you mean
Just
for?
put the windows down. This car's gonna be fast enough. You don't need AC.
Oh, okay. All right. I see where you're getting
See
at.
where I'm at?
I see where you're getting at. So space is obviously an issue here. So what we're gonna do is parts we don't need is gonna get loaded now because there's already extra trash. Parts we make. Woo, another one.
Oh!
It scared me a little bit. Parts that we need is gonna go in the trunk of the car, and yeah. So just so you guys know, we already do have suspension for the car also. So that's super exciting. This in here, it's gonna be sick. Once you remove everything, like I said, this is a budget build-ish, I guess. I want to spend money where I need to be, or where it needs to be spent. We're gonna try cleaning the whole engine bay and seeing how it looks. I'm not gonna shave or do anything of that sort, but I do want to clean it up as much as possible and see how it looks. If not, give it a nice coat of paint. We might do a nice rattle can job. Woo! So as you guys can see, we have a new Lope sweater. This is in the works right now. They'll be up probably for sale very, very soon. We're going to do a limited quantity of 30 at first. So we have the Lopes to do it once, do it right with the new Lopes logo. And then in the back, we have the CL crest. And honestly, they fit pretty good. This is a large, and I'm not the smallest guy. And as you can see, and the quality's really good. Pretty happy. This is a tighter fit. I guess this would be nice with like a jacket around somewhat like this. If you wanted to wear a jacket of some sort like this around, I think it'd be nice. And Alexandra's behind the camera and she's the fashionista, so it fits nice underneath like even one of these. So yeah, they'll be up for sale soon, so make sure to check out my Instagram and we'll work out something like that. A site will be coming eventually once I get some more merch. The bigger we get, the better and more stuff we'll have. But if you're interested, make sure you DM me on Instagram. It's chris.lopes. But let me know what you guys think. Alright, as you can see, Alex has done enough work since I've been talking to the guy about the merch. So the rad, the condenser, that is all out. We're removing the lines, the coolant lines. We're about to take it out right about over there. And then we'll start just removing everything slowly. Like I really think this, well, I know this can be dropped within a day, especially with, you know, if you really know what you're doing, but we're figuring it out as we're going. Easy to come out. I guess it's gonna be a little more difficult to put in, but what we're trying to figure out is what we need and what we don't need, and I think that's part that, you know, takes a little more time, just figuring out things, but we are getting there slowly but surely. Hey Alex, I found the drain for the blinker fluid. Huh? Yeah, you fill it up in here, and then when if there's too much, it comes out of here. I've taken off the headlights and everything here. Surprisingly, the bay is decently clean. We're not seeing any major rust spots, which is good. With these cars, you know, it's bound to happen. So, like you see, these headlight brackets are pretty rusty. If I can find better ones, I'll probably find better ones, because that is driving me absolutely nuts. But we're getting there. Not too bad for just a couple of schmoes, huh?
Not bad.
Not bad for a couple of backyard mechanics. What can I say? So knock on wood, everything's been pretty good so far. Like all the bolts and everything, we haven't come across too many, well, no seize bolts yet. The only thing that rounded was one of the header bolts here, but we can leave it on. I was just gonna take it off regardless. But everything's coming out pretty good. We've taken out all this. As you guys can see, it's starting to look bare. We're starting to get there. We're just gonna figure out what we gotta do with the ABS lines and all that, and all this wiring over here. But I think we're almost at the point where like everything in the motor itself could be ready to go. Then after we have to drop the subframe. Then after the subframe, we gotta take off axles. And I think after that, should be almost pretty ready to go. No, Alex?
Yeah, I think so.
We're not too far, let alone we've only been working on a couple hours, but it's always taking out is pretty easy. Putting in's where it gets a little difficult, but pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with these lights. Everything looks so much brighter. They're so much nicer to work in here. Doesn't feel like a dungeon. And I'm pretty sure it's better for you guys to see what's going on also. We're just working away, taking off everything we need to, keeping sensors that we need. And yeah, so far so good. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Honestly, guys, I'm super excited for this. This is like, I don't know, it sparks something in me again. Like doing this is different. Like I said, a lot of you guys have done this, but I haven't. So I'm learning. Alex and I are doing this, and I'm super excited. Like I think this car is gonna rip. And from like I've been doing some research on parts and stuff like that. So right now we're gonna focus on motor. And then I don't know, so far I'm really liking the car. And then I think afterwards we'll focus on how the car looks. These are all just ideas and stuff like that. I think right now, the way this is going right now, it's going pretty smooth and the shell's really clean. And I think that's another thing that makes me really, really enjoy this car is, I think the worst for us is like this right here. Like just these brackets and that's nothing. I don't know, I'm super happy and I'm super excited and I hope it shows in this. And we got new camera, new quality, new production, new lights, even though it's a little ghetto-ish right now, but they're definitely gonna look better. I hope you guys are as excited as we are. Winter was always a struggle here, but this time I decided to put the extra work in because I really want to do this YouTube stuff full time. And if you like this, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. If I can do this full time one day and I don't have to work 7 to 5 every day, I can put that time into YouTube, there's no stopping me, trust me. I promise you guys. So, as you guys can see, we've done quite a bit. The motor is, from the top, is pretty much ready to go. Looks like there's a lot still here, but once the motor drops, we'll clean up the wiring. I think we're going to clean up the bay. Well, I know we're gonna clean up the bay afterwards. Like the brake booster actually looks really clean. I think we'll give it a really good degrease, or use a really good degreaser and degrease everything and see how it looks and then determine what we're gonna do. Now I'm thinking what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the hub and the suspension here, and we're gonna take the axles off so that we can prepare, take out the motor, which I don't think will be in this episode, but you know, we get crazy sometimes, right, Alex?
That's it.
Alex took this out all by himself without a crane or anything like that. So, you guys can see, we're taking off the struts here. And you see that little hole right there? We're wondering, took off everything and it was still getting stuck. We're wondering what the hell was going on. So, Buddy mounted the fuse box.
Not the fuse box.
Or the fuse, what was it, the fuse box? The one, the lines?
The fuse for the amp wire.
Oh, the amp wire, and he screwed right through it.
Through the frame into the strut.
Into the strut. And we're wondering why this thing's not coming out. There's only 2 bolts and that didn't come out. So this is our breaker bar. This is from our old Jack, and his name is Benjamin. If anyone gets Breaking Benjamin joke, comment down below. If you guys know why his name is Benjamin. The first person to guess, I'll send you guys out some stickers. Alright, update. So the axle is out. Strut is out on this side. The hub is kind of sitting free right there. The ball joint's still in the hub because that was a B to take out, so we left it and just took it out from the top. And now I think we're gonna work on the other side. And yeah, so far so good. All right, we're gonna end it off here. I'll show you what we just finished doing. Axles are out on both sides. Subframe's pretty much next. We got all the axles, suspension, and everything out, and all that. So yeah, quite a bit of stuff has been done. Front end's been apart. All right, guys, gonna leave it off here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the view. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Do it once, do it right. Peace out later.